Yo, what's good? Guys, been on fire here, back from the video, and today we're going to be hopping into another Madden 24 gameplay for you guys. Here we got a post-commentary video, and this is going to be a pretty good game for you guys. We're going to be going over the gun-tight Y-off offense. It's something I've seen a little bit more, and you see I'm actually going to offer a friendly quit to this kid because typically I don't like doing like same team matchups. He declines, and so I'm going to take that personally. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, we're going to be running gun-tight Y-off. I've seen it a little bit more online recently. I think I saw it in my last gameplay a little bit. And we're going to show you guys the way I like to run it, a few of these really good setups, and just how good it can be. So it's going to be in the Minnesota Vikings playbook for us. It is also in Cincinnati Bengals, and I think a few others as well. I don't know the exact other ones. He will end up resuming this soon. Sorry about this. I guess I could have edited it a little bit shorter, but... yeah, so Minnesota Vikings offense, there's a lot of good stuff in this offense as well, but we're just running tight Y off. Now, some of the plays you like are going to be tight end corner as our main component here. We have a nice RPO, we have red zone scissors, we have an 0-1 trap as well as the normal inside zone. Then we have like a choice pivot return, we have that play action play that is very good as well. So really like 4 or 5 good passing plays, and then there's actually like 3 good run plays. Almost every single play in there is good. Flood drive is not bad at all either. But yeah, so we are using the Chiefs. We have Hot Route Master. I didn't ever actually use Hot Route Master in this setup or in any of the setups, so you don't need it, but obviously Hot Route Master will help, and it can make it a little bit better than it is. But we're going to start out with tight end corner, just running it stock here. Some of the routes to like are the out route with Watson over there. You have an angle route with Pacheco. You have a little reverse whip route. It's like an inward breaking zig. That route is really good because it kills man coverage, and it's like almost a delayed like drag or in route because it takes longer to develop. So it's difficult for the user to take away like the angle route and that little in route. You saw against cover 4 there, just snap throw it to the out route. Here we just streak X trying to open up the corner out, but get a little bit antsy. I maybe had Kelsey there, but I make not a great read to Pacheco. He did get bumped a little bit, which is unfortunate, but this is my first time doing the offense. The way I do these videos is I don't lab at all. I just hop into these games and we kind of figure them out on the fly. So here's this play action play. What you like is that little crosser with Rashid Rice. And here we're going to go with a wheel with Pacheco, just a drag with Justin Watson. Really good spacing here. You see the drag is open. And that backside dig also open, but we have Pacheco as well. So really 3 open receivers there. That setup is very good out of the PA go slot cross. But not to be overshadowed is going to be the run game here because we have a very good run game. This RPO is kind of nasty with that little bubble over there. I could have probably hit it there. Not my greatest stick work. Could have cut that one back. But yeah, so our opponent here is mixing it up. He's in a lot of dime rush. I think he was in the 4-3 even 6-1 maybe a little bit earlier. But he's in this dime rush, which is one of my favorite defenses. I think it's very good if you want a 4-man rush. And we're going to go back to the tight end corner here and just continue to run the stock until especially if he's running a heavy match coverage. One thing you have to know about match is those like outside linebacker type players, if they're in those kinds of positions, they do not end up defending anything. So if he's expecting those outside backers to actually play those, it's just not going to happen. So I will hit that out route all game. Now, one thing you'll notice about this formation is you typically do want to keep the running back on that short side of the field. I like having more space to run it, and I like having pretty much with any formation I run, I like having more space for the receivers. You saw it out of the wing flex close that I dropped 2 days ago, where again, I'm always keeping my receivers on the wide side of the field because I want more space for them to operate. Pretty simple. So anyways, here we're going to go back to this PA slot cross, trying to open up Y in the back of the end zone. We have a little flat. We have a little running back route. He actually throws some nice like hard flats over there. Nothing doing. I maybe could have had X, but we have 3 more downs to pick this up, and I'm just not going to force the ball. No reason to. So we're just going to throw the ball away. Definitely no problem doing that. The other really good play is this red zone scissors, and I feel like this play is really good to get at match if I remember correctly. He actually goes man coverage. And if you notice, one thing we did with our play there is we threw a zig on that opposite side because it was obviously a pretty easy tell that he was running man coverage. So that was my hot. The way he's going to be using out there, he wasn't expecting it. And Valdez Scantling, although he's not good in real life, he's pretty good in Madden. So Here, I like this look of the RPO with Justin Watson. The safety, number 13, whoever that guy is, he played it really well. But we still ended up picking about 3 yards, so we'll take that. That kind of moves us into position here to be able to just run this ball in very simply or go with a pass, whatever we want. I think I just try and run it in. What do I do here? So we're going to go pass here. Spacing wise, not my best play design, but Patrick Mahomes is going to do Patrick Mahomes things in the red zone, just take off and be able to punch that in. I probably should have went with some kind of a wheel route combo with like a backside drag from that same side. Kind of what we did earlier out of that PA go slot cross play, but this worked out fine. We run it in. And overall, pretty good drive for us. Not great. One thing that we did do is we didn't really show any of our plays because we didn't go deep into any corner routes or crossing routes. We really kind of dinked and dunked our way down the field, just picking apart his defense with the out routes, and we ran the ball really well. So that's what you want to do on your first drive. If you can score on your first drive, we actually took 10 plays, which was a good amount usually. One thing is that you can just dink and dunk your way down the field. You don't really show any of your plays. We weren't really in any third down situations, so just doing that will make this offense a lot better if you don't have to show your money plays and your all these deep corner routes that he doesn't even know exist necessarily. So we're sitting pretty good. Now defensively, we are going to be running that 4-3 even 6-1. Now, one thing is we're going to be in the Chiefs playbook, so we have options if it's not working. We're going to always kind of try it out. This guy knows a little bit about what he's doing. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's the greatest player ever, but he's not bad. This kid wasn't bad. He at least was coming out in like the meta type formations. Just not the greatest execution there from defensively. But yeah, so we're going to start out in this 4-3 even 6-1. We'll see what he's going to come out in, and it is going to be, spoiler alert, it's going to be a gun bunch. Now, interesting enough, this kid was, I believe, running a custom playbook because he had bunch offset, like bunch strong offset, like every bunch combination in the book, which made it a little bit challenging, but he ends up just burning a timeout here, which I don't blame him for. Get your right play out there, but we're going to start out in this quarters and just see what we can do. Now, it's been a while, and I can't say that I have too much experience running the even 6-1 against bunch. Typically, against bunch, I'm a dollar guy, but I'm trying this out because we've been running this even 6-1 recently, so we're going to try it out and see what we can do. Now, he is flipping his bunch, which makes things a little bit more annoying, but it's something that you have to deal with, so you just got to get over it. First setup, we're going to go with like a man coverage on the right. We're going to go with the typical kind of cover 4 with the deep cloud flat on the left. Take away the corner routes. We got to watch like the crossers. This is a god-awful user by me. And of course, since we took away the zones on the right, there's nobody over there. It makes me miss. Nice stick work by him. And just like that, he picks up 70 yards. So not great defense. That was a good play. I was really expecting like corner route, but you know, not good defense. You want to play bend but don't break. We're just going to run like a little cover 4 here, just normal. See if he has anything that can beat it. Again, really on my first drive, I like to actually make reads and see what he's doing, so I can like set up my adjustments for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, not the case here because we gave up so many yards on that first play. But right there, I ran a cover 4, and all I did was I put that free safety in a little vert hook. He took away both those routes. We're not getting any pressure though, which is a little bit unfortunate. He must have a way to block this really well, which I end up obviously figuring out. There he goes with the RPO, and whoever was out there played that like a complete idiot, the corner over there. Like, that play should never really work, but nice by him. And overall, that's really just bad defense on that drive. So we got to figure some things out, but as long as we can get in this little shootout, I'm feeling pretty good because I love the offense that we're running. You guys should definitely try out this offense because you don't see it every day. It's things like bunch, everybody sees. A lot of people have defense 4. Apparently I don't. But it's things like that. Things like this tight way off, though. However, people probably don't know what's happening. People don't know what to expect. It's a lot kind of like U-trips was back in the day, where no one was running U-trips. Not the same now, but yeah, and you can see there's like a bunch tight end in this playbook. There's a few other decent formations in it, but yeah, so going back to what I'm saying is nobody's seen this, so nobody knows what to expect. We try and hit Kelsey here with this little fade in corner out combo. He sends pressure, so we hit this little man-beating route really quickly. It's honestly a tighter throw than it should have been because of how bad Justin Watson's route running is. I probably should have just put Kadarius Toney in that spot. Looking back on it, that's what this guy did in his bunch. But I just don't have a high enough IQ, I guess. But we're going to go RPO here. I love this look for the run. And we do the right thing with our stick work. We cut it back. Creed Humphrey just lets him walk right through him, though. So pretty unfortunate. We are in a third down situation here. Really what this guy's doing with his user every time against the run is taking the outside. So if I can just get the cutback every time, it'll always be open. So here we're just going to throw B on a little streak. And we're really looking to hit Kelsey. Obviously, we have X and RB that are going to occupy the user. And boom, Kelsey right over the top. I aggressive caught that. And that's why you have a 98 overall or whatever he is. Probably he might be a 99 overall still for him to make catches like that. So that's why you use the Chiefs. Having a good tight end in this scheme is going to be pretty important. He's going to be doing a lot for you, which you guys should have a good tight end anyway. Here, I love the look for this run play again. And what did I tell you he's doing with his user every time? He's always chasing that outside. So the cutback is open. Just a little bit of patience allowed that hole to develop really well for us and pick up about 8 yards. We're averaging a lot of yards per carry. Here I'm looking at like Rashee Rice maybe getting over the top. He doesn't, but everybody is open on that right side, and I, of course, just threw it to the wrong person. Kelsey was wide open. He ended up cutting upfield, and that screwed us. But I'm going right back to it. Actually, we run the ball here. And again, boom, that's an easy look. That looked like even. Or he just did nothing with his D-line there, so his user was over the center. Creed Humphreys going to dominate Justin Reed in that matchup. I'll promise you that much. Here, back to the tight end corner. Again, we streak B. Boom, just everybody on the field open. But you can see with his user now, he was a little bit more worried about Travis Kelsey in that corner route, to where he had been sitting on the angle route every play. The angle route was wide open on that play. He had been sitting on Valdez-Scantling over there. And you can see with your user, if I threw like Rashee Rice on a little drag and I had that little reverse whip behind it, it would be a pain in the ass for his user, especially if I had like a wheel route on the backside. So there's a lot that I'm even talking through that I didn't do in this game that you can get very creative, and we haven't scratched the surface because I'm not running any hot route master setups to where you guys can get really creative with this formation. If you guys would want to see this again, let me know. Maybe I can incorporate it in a defensive video so you guys can kind of see it again. Here we're going red zone or scissors. RB or A is going to be open. And Kelsey, boom, just nobody over there at all. So we're just going to hit him. Plenty of room just for him to catch and run. He seems to always be open on those little flat routes, and the flats are fairly obviously the weakness of this guy's defense, because all those baby out routes we were hitting, and then boom, the flats with Kelsey have been open on that play. So that's just something to note. If we can get him to start taking away those flats, that's what's going to open up our corner routes deep down the field. So, but overall, clock management wise, I think we did a decent job here as well, because only less than 2 minutes left in this half. He has 2 timeouts, so I think we're in a good position. I would feel pretty good if we can hold him to 3. Obviously, we have a chance to get a stop. Just trying to prevent the touchdown here mainly, because he does get the ball at half. So he's going to take it out of the end zone with Richie James. And defensively, what you see I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting up my dollar. Now, I'm not going to have enough time to actually get in my dollar, but I am going to set it up because I'm already thinking that this guy has not shown he's going to run the ball at all. So dollar is going to be probably your best bet at defense. Now, when I run my dollar against bunch, I'm not sending pressure. I'm getting very creative with my adjustments, and I'm trying to confuse him. So that's what I'm doing. But anyways, we're going to sit in this even 6-1 just for another play here. Or another few plays until I see it get beat deep again. So we're going with that first setup that I ran. The only difference is I'm not manning up anybody on the left side. And overall, he had that corner out. He just decided not to throw it. That corner out of corner strike is just very unbelievably difficult to defend because you have 30-yard cloud flats and it was wide open if you wanted it. But we keep him in bounds, which is good. He's going to flip. We are running man blitz in this case because he's had way too much time with Mahomes on every play. We're going to send some heat at him. And it'll catch him off guard because this looks the same as the cover 4. So we send it, boom. Just easy pressure with Willie Gay off the edge. And this is huge because now, 3rd and 13. A lot different. He burned his timeout. I have a chance to get a stop here, get the ball back as well. So we're going to go to the dollar here, and you'll see what I'm doing with my defense. We're going to run DB Fire 2, and we're just going to adjust out of it. I notice he's sending Pacheco on those deep routes on every play. He flips again. Very annoying, but yeah, so I man up, I believe, Kelsey. I had Kelsey manned up. I had Pacheco manned up. He goes with corner strike or some kind of a deep corner out setup. RB was on like a deep corner out, but Kadarius Toney was also on like some kind of an underneath out route, something of the nature, and he picks up a decent amount of yards, gets out of bounds, but nonetheless it is 4th and 2 here, so we're going to kind of be doing the same thing defensively. Again, I still have my flats at 30. I have my curl flats at 5, and that is a decent pass. And again, you see kind of what's happening. It's like a Z spot almost set up. RB's on a corner out, but like Kadarius Toney and will be on like a shorter corner out. It's a good setup by him, especially for how deep I'm playing here. He tries to open up Kelsey on the corner out. He had the flat open. Well, finally we get some nice sheds. But yeah, 30 seconds left. Him getting a touchdown, pretty unlikely at this point. And again, we're just figuring out some defensive stuff because I've manned up KT. And we're going to actually man up Valdez-Scantling on the outside to take away that stupid corner out that he's doing. So we man up our slot guy over there. We have Kelsey manned up. We didn't have Pacheco manned up, but boom. That's just not a good route combo. Or you threw it a little bit early because I was able to really take away 2 routes at once because I was watching Pacheco on his stupid streak. And then the in-route running rate in the same area makes it a very easy lurk for us. So clearly it seems like the dollar is giving him more issues than what our 4-3 even was. We just have a lot more creativity with those DBs. Especially I want to be manning people up just the way he's playing his offense. So clearly that's kind of what we're going to stick in for the rest of this vid. Here I have Valdez-Scantling wide open for a touchdown. I just saw that back. I didn't see that originally, but I probably had that on a lot of plays. But I check it down to Pacheco. We pick up about 9. I burn timeout. We had all 3 timeouts. So here we're going to try and hit one of these corner outs. And seeing that it's a fairly obvious aggressive defensive look. And boom, we hit Kelsey. And I didn't think this was a touchdown, but the refs thought otherwise. So I will take that. That was a cover 4 quarters. He's running a lot of match coverage, but I don't know that he actually has match on because it doesn't really seem like his defense is matching. It seems like he's literally just running quarters with deep zones. But nonetheless, I'm fine with that. You see Kelsey, his corner out is money out of this scheme, especially if they ran man coverage, he would get open against that as well. Zone coverage, clearly not the move. We hit him deep on that last drive. We hit him here again. And overall, we're sitting pretty solid. 21-7. Again, he gets ball at half, but being up 14 at half, we'll take it. And again, just sitting in this dollar, we're obviously playing this very safe with a little deep third. Just manning up. I think we man up. Who even is number 12? Is that like Justin Ross? See, this guy is like a tryhard. He knows all the Chiefs roster and all that jazz. Like, he goes double post here, I believe. Nothing doing. And you can see he's bagged. He is just absolutely bagged out of his mind with our defensive setup here. And we're actually getting sheds, just rushing 3, which you just love to see. Having that extra guy is very important. Now, it's not needed. I could play defense without the middle third. That would just allow me to like man up Pacheco or man up Kelsey, either one. But if we're getting sheds with 3 people, then I am perfectly fine only having to send 3 and having the freedom to just play it safe with like a middle third. And obviously with 5 seconds, that's what we're going to do. And again, just manning up these players. I think, who do we man up? MVS and Rashee Rice in this case. Obviously, just watching these deep routes. Nothing doing. He's just going to take off with Mahomes. A little juke move. I was really hoping to light him up, force a fumble. But anyways, going into the half, 21-7. Really good offense played there. Just no mistakes at all besides like one bad pass, I guess. And defensively, we've really figured something out for his bunch. His bunch is not that great. He's really forcing a lot of things. You could do so many things in bunch, and I would say he really has a weak gun bunch. Especially for having a custom playbook. Like, dude, you got to be a little bit better if you're using a custom playbook. Like, I don't know. I've been playing Madden since like Madden 17, and I don't think I've ever used a custom playbook ever. It's just never that serious. But kicking off, here we go, a little sky kick action. Give him a little taste of his own medicine. Nice tackle by our boy Williams there. He needs to learn Chinese. And boom, back to our dollar, back to our DB fire. This is why Kansas City defense is a lot better, because you have even 6-1, but you can switch to something like a dollar or a nickel over or a big nickel over G if you have to. So again, very basic coverage. We're playing very far over the top with our 30-yard clad flats, and then we're really just manning up certain players underneath. We go curl flat here. He tries to go with that same corner out setup. He probably has it. He throws it really late, and this actually allows us to pick it off. He might have had it, and if he was able to hit it, I would have just had to manually back up that corner. But he quits. Thanks for declining my friendly quit, buddy. And that's going to do the vid. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.